Hello and welcome back to the 2017-18 season of Bristol Sport TV. In the next 10 minutes or so, we'll bring you up to speed on all of your favourite Bristol sporting teams. Well, as City's season is firmly underway, Bristol Rugby kick off their campaign here at Ashton Gate on Sunday when they take on Hartpury in the Championship. And as the transfer window closes for football, it's been a pretty busy time for Bristol Rugby too, with a number of new additions to the team over the summer. And I'm pleased to say that one of them joins me now, and it is Australian international Luke Morahan. Luke, thanks very much for coming in to see us. I know you're fresh off the training field, enjoying the slightly rainy weather, very similar to Perth.
Yeah, no, thanks Lisa, thanks, great to be here. Yeah, as you said, it's just straight off the training paddock, a bit wet, but it's actually been pretty good since I've been here, so fingers crossed it stays that way for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I hate to disappoint you, so we'll just say yes, it will. This is your first entree, if you like, into the Northern Hemisphere and rugby. How have you found it since you've joined Bristol Rugby? Of course, your debut was the pre-season friendly against Bath. It
was, yeah, and it was great to get out there and have a few minutes. I don't think I only got 20 minutes that game, but nonetheless, good to get out there and have a first hit out. Had a few minutes since then in a few other games, but you know, this week's a different story. It's the first round and it'll step up a level definitely.
Now, it always seems that players say pre-season, it's been the longest, it's been the hardest, it's been the toughest. As a seasoned player in pro rugby in the Southern Hemisphere, how is it compared? I guess you would have encountered Pat Lam, if you like, before. What's it like enduring pre-season with him?
Yeah, pre-season's a little bit different up here. It's a little bit cooler. Back home used to about 40 degrees, and pre-seasons can run for around 16 weeks back home at times. So a little bit shorter, but a little bit cooler. But other than that, pretty much the same. A lot of running and a lot of getting ready for the season.
But short and sharp, I guess, in a certain extent, because it's been 4 tough pre-season friendlies that Bristol have played.
It has been, yeah, and you know that's probably what we wanted leading into the season. It's going to be a tough season, but it's good to have those tough hit-outs, and we've sort of got harder and harder games as we went through. So we learned a lot about ourselves, and hopefully we're prepared for this week.
Yeah, and I guess reflecting on those 4 pre-season games, and I know Pat very much sort of thinks about it's not about the winning, it's actually what you've learned from the experience. And I guess with those 4 pre-season games with sort of Quins and Bath, very much established Premiership teams, and then with Connacht and Scarlets, it was a 2 season campaigners in the Pro 12 previous winners. They were tough, hard games. What has the team taken from those games?
A lot of confidence. You know, as you said, we played teams who have won competitions in the last 2 to 3 years. So, and we stuck with them a lot of the way there. So it shows that we've got the right game plan, the right attitude, and if we bring them and put them together this week and throughout the season, I think we should have a great season.
You've played in some fantastic stadia across the world. You've had much of a chance to look around Ashton Gate and have a tour?
Not so much. I've looked up to the stands, but it does look like one of the best stadiums I've seen in a long time, especially in the UK. It's that people say it's one of the best, and I can see that easily. It's well fitted out and looks like it's great for people to come watch sport.
We touched on it earlier that you'd obviously encountered Pat, I guess, previously from his time coaching in New Zealand. He does have a very much strong ethos on benefiting the community. You know, that their whole vision for Bristol Rugby is inspiring the community through rugby success. How much contact time have you had with members of the community? Because of course it plays such a key part of Bristol's support here at Ashton Gate.
Yeah, as I said, the community is really engaged here. They love rugby, and they love their team, Bristol Rugby. So we've been out a lot, as much as we can, and I think that's going to continue down the track. But he's big on that. He's big on showing the fans and repaying the fans for their loyalty in our performances. So, and that's us getting out to the community and showing that we do appreciate them. And that's no different. We do the same back home, and I think it's very important to show that grassroots that we do support them, and so they support us.
And so what are you enjoying personally from Bristol as a city? Have you managed to, obviously you've been, head down, training very hard and very little time for relaxation, but have there been some of the favourite spots so far? I know you're a surfer as well, so we're not too far from
I am a surfer. I haven't had a chance to get out and experience that yet, but no, I was out at Clevedon the other day.
There's not much surf there.
No, there isn't, but it's still a nice town, a nice place to be when it's, what was it, 24 degrees, sunny the other day. So I got out there and wandered around, and for me it's just exploring everything Bristol's got to offer. I've got around a little bit, but not a hell of a lot yet, so still obviously want to get out and experience a bit more, but it is game time now, so that is limited.
Yeah, there is a good Australian coffee culture that is replicated here in the city. I'm sure you've enjoyed some coffees.
Yeah, I do like my my cafes for both breakfast and coffee. So I've been exploring a few of them and trying to find my favourites. There's a few good ones out there.
And I guess at the business end, the final few days of pre-season training ahead of Sunday's kick-off, how much are you looking forward to walking out, running out with the team?
I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm not sleeping too well because I'm so excited. Really, I just would, want to get out there and feel the vibe of the local fans and community, and just get a feel for the game over here, and that's something I'm really excited about.
Well, I hope you enjoy it and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
And just a reminder, tickets available online. Just head to the website. Kick-off here at Ashton Gate, 3 o'clock on Sunday. Now, I can't mention rugby without mentioning Bristol Rugby ladies. They had no fewer than 15 members of their team take part in the World Cup, which finished in that final on Saturday night in Ireland, England against New Zealand. And we saw Bristol's Sarah Hunter lead out the England team to their third consecutive World Cup final. Alongside her were her Bristol counterparts Amber Reid, Izzy Noel-Smith, Marley Packer, Meg Jones, Amy Wilson-Hardy, Danielle Waterman and Poppy Cleal. Sadly, it wasn't to be the fairy tale ending as they lost to New Zealand, triumphing 41-32 in what was an incredible advert for the game and watched by the largest ever global audience for a women's rugby game.
On the back of a summer that has been amazing for women's sport, it was phenomenal to be part of the Women's Rugby World Cup, to sit and be part of a club that has such a high calibre of players across Ireland, Wales and England, and really watch those girls shine. It was an amazing platform for women's rugby to be seen by supporters of old and new, and really to see that hopefully inspire the next generation of young players to get involved.
Heidi Chapman-Mercer there, Bristol Rugby chairwoman. And just a reminder that you can follow all of the rugby ladies' action when they kick off their campaign in the Women's Premier 15s on September the 17th. That's at Cleve when they take on Richmond. Just head to our website for all the details on ticketing. Well, City women are getting ready for the start of their return to the top flight in WSL1. They kick off away to Spring Series winners Chelsea. That's away on September the 24th and it will be live on BT. But their first home game is at Stoke Gifford Stadium the following week on September the 30th when they take on local rivals Yeovil. Of course, there's been a number of new additions to the team as Willie Kirk has looked to bolster his squad. 6 new recruits so far, and one of them is former FC20 defender Danielle Kurdic, who says she's looking forward to making an impact.
I love to pass a ball to the midfielder and not just a cross ball and run. And I think that's the play, the way they want to play. And yeah, that's one of the reasons I came, because I think the type of playing is the type of that I like to play.
Well, it's been a busy week for Bristol Flyers as they've returned to pre-season training ahead of their 4th season in the top flight of the British Basketball League. After a 7th place finish last year, the teams were boosted this week with the arrivals of new Americans Adam Weary and Rondell Goodwin.
It's crazy how I just got on the plane. When I got off, I was in a whole nother country with different food and different people and everything. But I think it's going to be a great experience.
I've had a chance to speak with Coach Kapulas quite a bit throughout the off-season. What does he expect from you this season?
A lot of what he's been talking about yesterday, the first day of practice, defense. He said he wanted us to be the best defensive team in the conference, playing together as a team, and just doing what we need to do to win games. And I think that's my main focus as a competitor. I just want to win.
I know a lot of the Flyers family will actually know your cousin Hamid Ali. He played for the Flyers last season. What did Hamid tell you about the club when you first told him that you were going to go play in Bristol this year?
He told me that the Bristol Flyers, they're one. They embrace you into the city. He told me that everything is good. Once you perform, it doesn't matter when they was winning or losing. The crowd was still there supporting them. So hopefully once we get these W's, they'll be supporting us more.
I know you've been here for a couple of days now already. Had a chance to meet some of your new teammates. Some of them don't arrive for another week or so. But what are your first impressions?
It was good. All smiles. I like to be around good vibes. I didn't catch no negative vibes since I've been here. It's all about good vibes, and that's all we had.
And don't forget, the team are back in action when they host USA Select in their annual pre-season exhibition game on Thursday, September the 7th at SGS Wise. Limited tickets still available, so get in quick. Just head to the website and buy online. And finally, it's been a frantic start to the season for City as they've played 7 games in the month of August. 3 wins, 3 draws and just 1 loss. Plus also, of course, progression into the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup after defeating Premier League opposition away at Watford. A chance for a bit of a breather though now during the international break, and we saw City players taking part in an open training session here at Ashton Gate earlier this week. Fans were able to watch Lee Johnson put his players through their paces, and even an opportunity for some of our younger supporters to test their skills against the pros. And just a reminder that you'll see the City players back here in action at Ashton Gate on Saturday, September the 16th, when they take on Derby. Kick-off for that one, 3 o'clock. Tickets on general sale. Just head to the website for all the details. Of course, closely followed by that 3rd round Carabao Cup draw against Premier League opposition Stoke City on the Tuesday evening, September the 19th. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the programme, and I look forward to welcoming you here to Ashton Gate soon.